Welcome back to That's Cricket, and this is your day three post game show, and it's almost all over. This episode is brought to you by Runmaker. Liam, we almost didn't have a day four. Almost.
I was thinking that the last 40 minutes when Stark and Boland were firing, I thought this can happen quickly with that pink ball. But yeah, that was a day of Test cricket for sure, and we know that Australia are well ahead and potentially going to win it before lunch tomorrow.
It'll be over before the break. It'll be over within an hour tomorrow. It'll be an
Yeah,
early. It'll be an early. Just a prep for everyone. It'll be an early wrap tomorrow. Early wrap show. It'll be over quick, and we'll have our breakdown early. Get to bed early tomorrow. So
yeah.
we're happy. We're happy for that. But what a day! What a day of cricket. Australia really dug in there.
hmm
Went out and Starkey and Scotty Boland batted most of the day. They batted longer together as a pair than all of England did in
Yeah.
their second innings. I saw a funny stat that Stark had faced more balls combined than it was Duckett, Jamie Smith, Stokes, Crawley. There was a couple of names in there. Basically half of the team that England in the first innings, Starkey had faced more balls. A beautiful innings. Stark ends up top scoring for Australia.
Yep.
77 off 141. Um, what innings from him.
Yeah, I mean, even from ball one, he gives himself space so you can see the stumps the whole time. And then obviously ball as you're attacking the stumps and he just seems to get away with it. But he batted for a long time, right? It's not like he went out there and tried to just smack it. He defended, he ducked and swayed, and then he smacked the bad ball. That partnership with Bowling was crucial. But early on, I mean, Stokes bowled well, got an early wicket, then Kerry steadies the ship. That's what he's been doing, gets his 50, and then obviously Stark comes in and Stark's apparently having a great Ashes so far, right? He seems to have done a
Having a
lot,
great Ashes.
but it was a great innings, and obviously it took the game away from England by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think Stark might have to get an all-rounder next to his name. Ken bat, Ken bowl. He used to open the batting
You can't
in
do that, mate. The same for me. As soon as you can start thinking yourself as an all rounder, that's when your batting goes down the pan. Just be a bowler and get the odd runs.
So I think they said it's his must be his 12th or 14th. One of them, I forget the number it was, but his 50. He's got that many 50s in Test cricket, and he had a 99,
Mm.
but he had an opportunity to get the 100, didn't get there. It was the biggest eighth innings partnership by in the Ashes history. That was the stat that came out. So good on Scotty Boland and
Yep.
Stark. They batted the day most of the day and put Australia in a really comfortable position.
Yep.
500. You'd thought maybe like 475 could have been the number, but over
Mm.
500, 511 gave England behind the eight ball, a couple hundred.
But But to be honest with you, even when Stark and Boland batted, the pitch was doing enough, right? There was opportunities where the ball was keeping low, the ball was getting extra bounce when people are bowling bouncers. They actually navigated that time well. I think England got their plans a little bit wrong now and then, but the pitch had plenty in it, right? There was still enough when you were hitting the stumps to get wickets. So obviously, fair play to Boland and Stark. That's a monster partnership, monster.
Absolutely. And the spin came into play. Jack's got a chance to bowl.
It did
Bowled.
spin,
Yeah, it
did
did
spin.
spin. I mean, I think the first ball he bowled, it was the bounce and the turn, and Kerry O'Keefe was on comms, and he was all the bounce and the turn, and he was loving it. And we look back and say, oh, your line didn't get picked, but it's not going to be a need for him the
Yeah.
way that this is played out. But I would have liked to see more spin. I would like to see have a leg spinner playing to see what they could have done on this pitch. Potentially, England could have gone to the spinner earlier to try to make something happen.
Mm.
But in the end, Australia put up too many runs on the board, and then England actually had a pretty decent start. They actually started out okay. There were none for 45.
Yeah.
Um, and then the wheels come off, as England
And
have shown that that's what happens, right?
Ducky got bowled by obviously Boland, obviously hitting the stumps there, and then you go Zach Crawley, Ollie Pope, absolutely identical. You could have replayed the same shot, caught and bowled. Same. We see that first innings with Crawley, him flicking the blade like that. There's so many opportunities where he can get caught and ball. That's what it seemed like, right?
Yeah,
I think England, like, yeah, they're going well, and you get tentative and you start prodding at the ball, which becomes the leading edges. But that was an absolute identical dismissal.
yes.
Nessa got both, caught and ball, exactly the same ball.
Yeah, Nisa did get both, and we have to give a shout out to Runmaker for being the sponsor for our pod. Runmaker VR is your very own indoor net facility from the comfort of your own home. With Runmaker, you can train wherever you want with like life pace. Refine your technique in real time with real time feedback, and take sessions inspired by legends. This Ashes, don't just be a spectator, own the moment. You can also get feedback and record your sessions that you can give to your coach. Your journey to the pitch starts with Runmaker. Download Runmaker and save this Ashes with code Runmaker sub E6EFEA to get 50% off your first 6 month subscription when signing up before January 31st. So, like I said, Neser took those two breakthrough wickets for Australia and really turned the tide in moving this needle in Australia's favor. Well, it was kind of already in their favor, but they had a start, England. They kind of just had a start and just kind of threw it away. Um, Thoughts on just them throwing it away?
Yeah, I mean, you caught on balls. Obviously, it's maybe not throwing it away. It's just like a false shot. You're hitting length. Hit. He still was bowling beautiful line of length, and it's obviously hard to hit, navigate. But then you look at like obviously Brook, Root, Smith, very old dismissals of Nickoffs, right? It looks like it's just highlights again. It looks like there's something happening. The ball start to do something. Boland and Stark were on the money, and it felt like there was a false shot coming all the time. Boland's dismissal to Brook was magnificent. And then obviously Stark going around the wicket, other way around. Obviously, Root went out first, Stark going around the wicket, ball in that fuller length. And we didn't know there was a double hit, but obviously, Carey knew straight away that's a wicket and that's a momentum shift. That's a massive wicket for Australia to get Root because he was looking so calm under pressure still in that second innings. But yeah, I mean, highlights package again. Nick. That seems to be the same thing every game, every innings.
Yeah, absolute highlights package. Stark tearing it again, and yeah, the double edge. They all went up. They were all excited. They knew it was there. And then even Jamie Smith with it with an edge. That was an edge. Carey gets him one off Brook as well. Three, Nicks in a row. Got to go. And yeah, I don't think they're gonna last very long tomorrow. You had predicted that Stokesy would have to pull something out to kind of make
Mm.
it an epic comeback for England. That's going to have to happen if that's the case. He's at the crease currently, and he's going to have to stand up and do it kind of like 2019.
Yeah. Oh, what's the score? What, 134, 136 for six? Then
134 for six. Yeah.
you have Cast, Atkinson, and Archer. I think Archer, yeah, he went hard first innings. I'm not how often is he going to do that, right? But I think you need a monster innings from Stokesy. Difficult on that pitch, and with what's to come, the batting lineup after him. What's he going to need, a 250? Is he need a smacker 250 here? Will Jack can be dangerous. Maybe they can put a partnership on, but you're coming out tomorrow under the pump, under pressure of the Gabba, day four. The balls are firing. Maybe the balls are a little bit tired. Maybe they give us some freebies. Maybe we score quick 50, 60, 75, but that's not enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, Australia obviously in the driving seat, and you need something absolutely crazy from Stokesy or Will Jacks to even be considered to be a decent game here for
Yeah,
England.
because that's the point. The point isn't just can they go out and get to the total. They still got to put a lead on. They still got to get
Yeah,
ahead
correct.
and give something for Australia to bat to. So 43 runs they trail by. Will they able to get the 43 runs? You would think maybe they would get pretty close to the 43. But again, they could come out Australia and just have a couple to chase, or they might get rolled before the 43 and it's all done before the first break. So yeah, love to know everyone's thoughts in the comments. At this point, this is going to be a win to Australia if there's something absolutely crazy happens. But is this looking like Australia just has England's number and we're looking at a 5-0 whitewash?
It's hard to say, isn't it? But it's the Ashes seems to be once you're under the pump, once that's starting, it's quite hard to get out. If they obviously get beat tomorrow, which it's looking very likely, then you go 2-0 down, and then you're moving on to the next venue. Then obviously Cummins is coming back as well. You got Lyon to come back in on a wicket that might spin a little bit. But it's hard to turn the ship around when the momentum goes with Australia. So it's going to need some proper cricket, some digging deep, some fifers, some hundreds and double hundreds to get back in amongst it. But if England get beat tomorrow, which is looking likely, it's you have to regroup quickly. You can't mess around. You got to try and get back together, keep playing your way, and see what happens, I guess, mate. But it's who knows, mate. You've been saying, well, you didn't say 5-0. Glenn McGrath said 5-0, as he does every Ashes. But when it looks like this and Australia dominating it, it's hard to see past that.
Yes, Australia dominating in team. Let's see how far we get into tomorrow. Tomorrow, after the game concludes, there will be the full Ashes recap. Big long pod. Look forward to that team. Liam, that's cricket.
That's cricket.